Hey everybody, have you heard about creatine? Creatine can enhance athletic performance by providing quick energy for high-intensity activities and may help increase muscle mass when combined with resistance training. Additionally, it offers cognitive benefits, particularly in older adults and those with certain neurological conditions. Trenant.com/snarky. Well, hello everyone, it's me, Linda Paris, the snarky person, the snarky one. How are you guys doing in the middle of this ascension? So here's my website, and this is why I had to pay someone to do it, because it's a lot of work. But I'm determined to keep building on it and building on it. It's just that this new dog of mine, Maximilian, he is a firecracker. So we got a new cage or pen, I guess you would call it, for him. I think it's working out pretty well, and I'll have an update on Max the next video I do. I want to remind everyone about supersoldiercon.com, where you can go to the it's a conference, but it's about activating our DNA codes. There are healers there, there are super soldiers there, speakers there. You can interact with other people that know what's going on, and have conversations and everything. It's in Orlando, and I hope you check it out. I don't make any money off this. I just have a lot of faith in James, and I was at the one last year, and I might show up at this one, but I don't know. This dog he's a Yorkshire terrorist. That's the breed, And extra, read all about it. My post office box has changed. It's a small town drama, okay? There's never been anything like it before. And so the other post office got sold, and then they closed down. They were going to be a post office, but they changed their mind, and they closed down. So everybody was given a notice. So I don't know if people sent me things and they might get it back. But this is the new address, 4107 South Tamiami Trail. Look at this trying to correct me when that is the way you spell it. Miami. You can look it up. It's text edit. It's trying to tell me that I've done something terribly wrong here. No, I haven't. Anyway, South Tamiami Trail, post box 254. I was able to get the same post office box number. Venice, Florida, 34293. And it's in the description, corrected. So I apologize if anybody gets their mail back, but I thought the thing was under control. And so this is Tory Smith. I'm sure that's not his real name, but he came out early on during all of this, and he specifically came out against Mike Pence as part of the military-industrial complex. In other words, he was sold, I believe, or kidnapped. I'm not sure what. There's probably a video somewhere around, and if you search Tory Smith on YouTube, his channel is still up. And what you're going to see is him beginning to whistleblow about the children and the reptilians and all of this stuff, and the fact that there's not very many humans in high places at this point. And he starts to talk about the NSA and the CIA and how many of them are actually human. And so one of the things he talks about U.S. Marshals and sheriffs and how many of them are actually human. I'm going to show you the clip, but the reason I bring it up, of course, is because this lizard guy, his name is Bob Browdus. And Pitkin County. Well, where is this? This is in the middle of freaking nowhere. and it's right south of Athens. Pitkin is. But I think Athens is in Pitkin County or close to Pitkin County. He's been called, well, according to all of them, there haven't been any crimes. But I've seen crime stories with him in it, so I know there have been crimes, but they're usually crimes of the elite, like, and also about Aspen. Aspen is like the playground for the elite forever, because I remember even in the 70s, Playboy would have spreads of the girls in the snow with like no underpants on, and oopsies, forgot my underpants, and they're skiing with a bunny hat on or some kind of ridiculous thing. They'd have them all out in the snow or the ski lodge. And it was the playground for the rich and famous. And this guy, he's right up in it. And I'm going to show you what I found out about him. But first, what alerted me to the situation was, see, these people are visually deteriorating, the reptoid people, because they don't have what they need to stay alive, which is what Tory Smith talks about, that in almost every video, about how the military-industrial complex is all wound up in this, because there's only a certain percentage of them that are human. So I'm going to show you the clip from Tory, and then I'm going to show you my research and my deep dive into Bob Broudus. In any event, and what you're going to see now is Tory Smith telling you about how many humans are actually in the sheriff's department. So, and then after that, I'll be signing off.
The Secret Service, United States Secret Service, we all know they are designed to protect the president, vice president, and other filthy low-life criminals. 0% humans. There's not a single human that works for the Secret Service. Department of Homeland Security. This is an agency that is in charge of all the Nazi concentration camps all over America. They call them FEMA something or other. I think it's FEMA Life Liberation Centers. They liberate you from your horrible human life. In the Department of Homeland Security, 2%, 2 out of 100 employees are human. And it was JFK and Jacqueline Onassis Kennedy were the last humans in the White House. ICE, who I call a trial trafficking agency all the time, 6% human. So that's a high number. Like TSA, 6 out of 100 employees at ICE are human. And the NSA, there's no guess there. There's no humans in the NSA. Probably the most evil. And a lot of people don't know how heavily involved in child trafficking they are. And the IRS, believe it or not, has 16% human. It's a completely illegal criminal organization. And the IRS has, quote unquote, the criminal investigation, because everyone knows they should be, all put in jail, because what they're doing is illegal. And there's zero humans working at the IRS Criminal Investigation Service. In the U.S. Marshal Service, there's a whopping 2% humans. 2 out of 100 U.S. Marshals are human. The U.S. Department of Justice. Now this one has a really high figure, 10% humans. So 10 out of 100 employees of the United States Department of Justice, which is like the biggest joke on the planet, because they have nothing to do with justice whatsoever.
So let's start here when we talk about the Colorado lizard man, because there's probably a lot of Colorado lizard people, as there is all over the place. I'm sure there's plenty in Florida as well. But my point is that when something like this is put on television, as much as this guy was, they think we're not going to notice. So starting here, this is Pitkin County right here. And as you can see, Aspen is right in the center of it. And if we go back on it, you can see Aspen is pretty much to the left of the center of Colorado, right here. So if we go over here, you can see that there's Aspen and here's Pitkin. So this, when you look at it, it's just all forest. And as you move in on it, right there, you got a town here, but it's mostly like right in the middle of nowhere. Everybody's best friend, former Pitkin County Sheriff, remembered at memorial celebrating his larger-than-life life. So here he is. This is kind of what I saw in one of these crime shows. Could have been Dateline. I have some clips from Dateline, not of him, but this is just all goes to show how connected all these people are. So this guy, this sheriff, this man who looks like Lizard, that's his Indian name, his Native American Indian name. So right here it says Bob Broaddus served as Pitkin County Sheriff for 24 years. And during that time saw Aspen slide into more wealth and development. He still resists both and was vital in the fight against the future addition of 2 large hotels to the base of Aspen Mountain. Developers recently won out. Wait a minute. So it says here that during the time that he served, Aspen slid into more wealth and development. And he resisted it. But the developers won out. No, I think this is a place where rich people come. I think rich people are welcome here. And judging from his friends, that seems to be the case. So this is kind of like one of these poetic, oh, he was such a great guy, now he's gone. They called him the gentle giant because he is a giant. So here's some of his friends right here. Hunter Thompson. I don't know if that's Stephen King or who that is. Let's see. So it says, local freak power. Rebels, Dan Dunn from Left, Bob Broaddus, George Stranahan, and Hunter S. Thompson protest in 1995 against a ballot issued proposed by city officials to expand the length of the Aspen Airport runway so that the facility could bring in larger 737 jets. The ballot issue failed in November 1995. Well, they probably don't want, just anybody coming up there. So, yeah, here they are all again at the airport. Fight, 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 says Hunter S. Thompson. So already we've got a connection here. So already he's like got this woke kind of thing going on. He helped reshape the way law enforcement operates in Pitkin County, which is where Aspen is, and these resorts. I'm just saying. Let your imagination run away. I'm not saying that's what happened, but I'm just saying, at first I saw, then I started researching, and what I was researching was even more, so I'm sharing it with you. You can make up your own mind. But I'm not finished yet. It says when he moved to the area from the East Coast in 1969, the sheriff's office, so I guess he wasn't born there, as I thought, but maybe he lived in Pitkin. We'll see. When he moved to the area from the East Coast in 1969, the sheriff's office was cracking down on petty crimes, such as possession of marijuana and blocking the sidewalk. Broaddus told Aspen Public Radio in 2017 that he was quickly drawn to an unorthodox candidate for the sheriff's office, writer Hunter S. Thompson, who ran on what he called a freak power platform in 1970. I started reading about Hunter's political positions on several issues, and I agree with all of them, Broaddus said. I agree with this. Let's end war on drugs. Let's punish people who deal bad bad drugs. Oh my God. Broadus became a foot soldier, registering ski bums and long hairs to vote in Thompson's unsuccessful campaign. The incumbent won in 1970, but was eventually ousted, and Freak Power ally Dick Kianast, I don't know how to say his name, became sheriff. Broadus joined Kianast's department, known as Dick, Dove, and the Deputies of Love, in 1976, because nobody breaks the law up in Aspen, at least of their crowd. After a short stint as county commissioner from 1985 to 86, Broadus was elected sheriff. He served for nearly 25 years before passing the baton to Joe DeSalvo, who was first elected in 2010 and remains in office. There's this quote, there's this string of freak power from 1970 to the present, Broadus said in 2017. Joey DeSalvo is one of us. So one way or another we lost, but then we won. And there they all are. Look at that. Look at that. I bet they're all wearing red shoes. Creepy. Longtime friends Hunter S. Thompson, from left, Ed Bastian. That one. And Bob Broadus spent many late nights and early mornings debating politics and philosophizing. Oh, God, give me a gun so I could blow my brains out. Jeez. In Thompson's kitchen at Owl Farm in Woody Creek. Bastian and Broadus were both involved with Thompson's 1970 campaign for Pitkin County Sheriff. You know, the freak one. Freak power. Here it is right here. Former Woody Creek resident Ed Bastian was a fellow freak power organizer and friend of Broadus. He said he doesn't remember ever seeing the sheriff carrying a gun. Well, I guess not. All the real criminals are, part of his gang. I think if he had worn a gun, it would have changed that whole dynamic between him and the people that were counting on him and his leadership to, keep the peace in the larger sense of the word. Whoa! Can you hear the double meanings in all of this? Oh, brother. Instead, Broadus used a philosophy that he called street corner justice. People would just come up to Broadus on the street to tell him about a conflict they were having with a neighbor or a landlord. Oh, just like Andy Griffith in Andy of Mayberry. Bob would stop, would have that conversation, would listen carefully, and whenever possible would bring that person together with the other person with whom they were having trouble, and they would work it out, Bastian said. Look, see how tall he is? He's like a giant, this guy. Oh, brother. So they get all messed up on their joy juice, and then they go out in the garage and play musicians. Oh, musician Lyle Lovett. There he is. Oh, wow. Standing behind them. Oh. Says former Pitkin County Sheriff Bob Broadus, second from right, stands with his two daughters, Stephanie Broadus and Heidi Mitchell, and current Sheriff Joe DeSalvo. DeSalvo worked as an undersheriff for Broadus and later took the reins when Broadus retired in 2011. Look at that. Look at the girls. Oh my God, it's shaping up to be, there's a pattern going on here. Oh, God. And what's this? Thompson for sheriff. There's a blue flower in the palm of his hand that he seems to be. What is that? Oh, God, that means something. And everybody loves him and everything. Evil is real. Former sheriff photographer reflect on encounters with Ted Bundy in Colorado. 3 Colorado murders linked to infamous killer. Now, I want to stop here because Christian and other people have said, well, first of all, one of the Illuminati families is Bundy. It's one of the top original Illuminati, 13 Illuminati families is Bundy. And Christian has said that a lot of them just put their, people out here like this, their spawn or whatever you want to call it. And also that, they're cloned. So even though they go to jail and get the electric chair and everything, there's another one that comes out. So I don't know about that, except for the fact that now these two have hooked up. They, they have a relationship or something. God almighty. Pitkin County, Colorado. During car rides with Ted Bundy, former Pitkin County Sheriff, I bet they went out and killed kids together. Oh my God. Strike that. I bet they went hunting together. Oh, the only thing missing is Hunter Thompson. Oh my God. Oh, during car rides with Ted Bundy, former Pitkin County Sheriff Bob Broudis tried to listen more than he talked. I guess he did. He was probably getting off on it. Broudis was a deputy at the time and only on the job for a few months when the now infamous serial killer was facing murder charges in Colorado. Quote, I spent way more time with Theodore Bundy than I ever thought I would. It was just a match made in heaven, said Broudis, who is now retired and living in Aspen. And of course, this was written before he passed away. Bundy made his way to Colorado in the late 1970s, picking some of the state's most beautiful places to commit the most heinous crimes. So, of course, we all know, look, there's Bob Broudis right there. Can you pick him out? The staff of the Pitkin County Sheriff's Office in 1977. There's something very Epstein-like about him, but different, but it's the same kind of vibe, like there's a lot of things wrong. Broudis is a self-proclaimed ski bum who applied for a job as Pitkin County Sheriff's deputy after a snow-free stretch left him looking for work. When he started at the department in 1977, he was in his early 30s and rotating through jail duty as part of his assignment. We rotated through jail duty, and my boss asked me to take Theodore Bundy up to the court for a hearing early upon his arrival here from Utah. And I knew he was an escape risk. I read his psychological reports, said Broudis. Oh. So anyway, there he is. Look, the tallest one. He's like Lurch or something. I'm leaving this up to you to some pictures of him. Kind of, look, there he is. It's all about the Bundy thing. Well, he looks like he's on death's door right here. So this goes into the battle of Aspen, where Hunter S. Thompson and Broudis hooked up and formed this, campaign to get their guy in office. And after that, Hunter Thompson ran. So here's a picture of him. I have a bunch of these, but I won't show you all of them. But I'm just saying, he looks like a distant relative of the Grinch. There's another picture of him. I'm just saying. And who was it I was looking at? Oh, yeah. And then another thing, of course, I'm going to do headline videos. I've got a headline update, news update thing I want to do next. And, of course, Adam Schiff is all over it. And his head's getting more and more like a watermelon. It's like his head is morphing. It's getting bigger and redder. Like President Trump calls him watermelon head and pencil neck. So we'll have to watch and see what happens. But this guy is definitely, like Stephen King has the same thing where they look like the Grinch. They look like this, looks like a lizard. Oh, it says here 1987 to 2011. So I don't know what's wrong with him. Maybe his clone is going bad or something. I don't know. I just know that in the grand scheme of things, this is like extreme, okay? It's like Kathy Griffin, you know, it's like something serious is going on here. Oh, God. And it really doesn't even really look like the original guy who has a big gap between his teeth. I can't see what this would be. You know, they have clones. Maybe this is the last one. I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm just showing you what I have.